Good evening and welcome to everybody. Some housekeeping before we begin. We're not expecting the fire alarm to sound this evening, excuse me, but if it does, please leave the building through the fire exits and meet outside of the fire assembly. The new councillors still, if it should happen, then officers will direct any evacuation. We have no members of the public with us, so I shall leave that all out. If you are planning on filming or recording the meeting, then do please let us know so that we can ensure you are not, what it says, members of the public. And if you don't wish to be filmed, the chair reserves the right to ask any filming considered intrusive to be stopped. More information is available, excuse me, is available on the council's website. Asman, do we have apologies?
We do. We have apologies from councillors Walsh, Baker, Craig, Park and Reynolds.
Thank you very much indeed. No public participation. Councillors, do we have any declarations of interest, please? No, none. We now move to the minutes of the meeting held on the 5th October 2021. I'm asking if I may now approve these as a true record. Do I have a proposer? Councillor Broadhurst.
Sorry, there's an error in that. I didn't notice. Apologies. That should be the 6th of June 2023, I believe.
Oh, 2021. Sorry, already.
It's a copy and paste error, I'm afraid.
Yes, 6th of June 2023. Right. I'm not
Oh, 5th of June, apologies.
Yeah, Monday the 5th, 2023, I've got.
So do I have a proposer for the minutes of the meeting held on the 5th of June 2023? Councillor Broadhurst, seconded Councillor Pretty. All agreed? Thank you, councillors. We now come to the recommendation of the statement of licensing policy, and I would ask Phil if you kindly introduce it, please.
Thank you, Chair. Good evening, everybody. The statement of licensing policy is a requirement to undertake the Licensing Act 2003, and it follows very much the statutory guidance that Section 182 of the Act stipulates must be followed. It outlines how the authority will deal with applications and instances that occur linked to the Licensing Act. And quite a lot of it sort of follows that to guidance. It's been under consultation. It has had some minor amendments added to it as a result of the consultation. Just like when it was first drafted, and that now comes before you, not for adoption because that sits with the full council, but it comes before you for any comments and basically sort of a recommendation to full council later this year.
Any questions from anybody? I just wondered, please. I did have a look at it, and there were recommendations in there as to what action licensees should take, in particular with crime. And the recommendations is that licensees should, for example, have a drugs policy. How can we, if it doesn't specifically go down on the license, is there any way we can enforce that if we see that there is a problem?
If we see that there is a problem, not just with drugs policy, but any sort of problem that touches on one of the four licensing objectives, the way we would deal with it would be to approach that premises, engage that premises and educate. In the first instance, if we found any sort of resistance there, then we could bring that premises to review and apply a petition along those lines. And if it was serious enough, we don't have to go along the engage and educate process. We could jump straight into review, but you do need to demonstrate at least attempted to work with the premises first.
Very much indeed. Yes, please.
Looking at the alcohol figures,
Yeah.
Do these get referred on to any particular organisation for support them? doesn't show Eastleigh as being terribly healthy, does it, when it comes to alcohol consumption? Who do we share these with?
They've been shared with us. I think it's probably the better way of putting it. These come from Public Health England, and it's then shared with the local authorities, health teams and public health teams, who in turn they use those figures to help all bids for different projects and things like that, and it helps them target particular resources to particular areas depending where the problems are.
Yeah, thank you.
More questions from members? In which case, do I have a proposal, please? Councillor Walsh, and I think Councillor Pretty is seconding. Is there any further debate? No further debate? Would you then please show all those in favour? And against? Or abstentions? Fine. And back to you again, please. Bill, to report on panel hearings since the last committee meeting.
The paper attached says there have been no hearings since the last one, but I'm well aware there was a hearing yesterday. That matter was withdrawn at the last minute. So I'm not going to comment further on that. In addition to the hearings, I can advise that since the 5th of June, I did this work on the 28th of September, the licensing team have received numerous applications. They told us quickly read those out. So alcohol licence premises notification, which is where they notify us they're going to have up to 2 gaming machines in the venue on application. 58 temporary event notices, plus another 13 late temporary event notices. 5 minor variations, 27 personal licence applications, 5 new premises applications, 21 premises varied their DPS, a premises licence transfer, and so that one review, which was still not last minute. Under the Gambling Act, we had alcohol licence premises notification, so 1, 4 small society lottery notifications. And then there were 16 house collections, 3 street collection permits. They've all were dealt with by officers, and then complaints. We've had 3 complaints related to the Licensing Act, none under any of the other regimes. There were ongoing noise issues in the summer at venue. We assisted with environmental health, discussed management. We've had no further calls since then. We had an anonymous call allegation of rule breaking and underage sales at the club premise certificate. In the investigation, we had no evidence to support or to corroborate that allegation. So that's been noted. And we had someone fail to notify change of address to the licence holder, and that was advised and then appropriately collected. Additional information, there was a lot of work done with the Safety Advisory Group. We attended the Arctic concert in the Juice Bar on the 14th of June, and so other Safety Advisory Group meetings around match day inspection at Juice Bar, which pleasingly raised any concerns at all. All the annual fees are up to date, have been collected to date, and all applications are now available online through the website. We've worked with Eastleigh Football Club on a new premises licence for the purpose. This includes a new area and potential for minor music events. We've visited Sainsbury's in the town centre with Richard Moody from the Eastleigh Big, after concerns were raised around alcohol thefts in the store. That's been followed up with the national licensing manager with Sainsbury's, and I think it's led to some other work in Eastleigh Town Centre as well. Carried out a number of licensing compliance visits, mainly in the town centre in early June, which included the pubs, cinema, shops, bowling alley and takeaways. This resulted in guidance and advice given at several premises that was also very low level. Generally, compliance was very good. Other compliance visits do get carried out across the borough. We endeavour to get to any new or varied applications. We endeavour to get out to them within the first few months, then trading under that new licence. And so there'd be no real concerns raised. Yeah.
Thank you very much indeed, Ben. Just as a matter of interest, and being representative for West End, do you receive very many complaints in respect of UG as well?
No.
It's surprising. Okay. Thank you. Walk around West End, do you be amazed at the problems? So the residents actually see, fine, thank you very much indeed. That does answer my question.
So they certainly don't come through to us. I think it would depend on the nature. I mean, I live not in Hill for a while beforehand, so I understand the issues there, and a lot of it's traffic related. I understand
Yes,
that.
I wasn't given.
And so that doesn't. It's hard to tie that in on the licensing side of it.
Yeah.
From my perspective, it doesn't really touch on the license objectives too much. Sometimes with the concepts, but when you have a large event, I think anybody anywhere on the odd occasion to have a large event, as long as the noise doesn't go beyond probably 11 o'clock, we're always going to struggle to sort of curb that or reduce that. It's a reasonable expectation.
I mean, it tends to go in peaks and troughs, doesn't it, as well?
Well, summertime it's always worse.
Yeah. Okay, thank you very much indeed. Anybody, any more questions?
I think you can ask questions about taxes and guidelines.
I can talk to it. In fact, I'd like to point that.
There will be other questions to fill on this particular issue, right? And then we come to East Borough Council, Southampton City Council partnership update.
We're still in negotiating the contract. We are married very well. The partnership is working well. We can't happily say we don't seem to have too many problems. The biggest issue is just trying to tie up minor bits and pieces on the contract currently. But that is pressing on timelines and just trying to get that done.
Thank you. Any questions from members? Are members happy to note the report? Duly noted. I believe that thing brings us to the end of business, so there's no exempt session. So this therefore concludes the meeting. So thank you very much indeed for attendance. And the next meeting will be.
Yeah, the dates are slightly wrong. Apologies, I was managed to copy and paste it at the last minute and messed everything up. The date of the next meeting for you is Wednesday, the 21st of February, 2024.
Oh, okay, fine. Thank you very much. Really? That's what the other
It is.
Thank you very much then. And yes, sorry, James.
So now the meeting's concluded. Obviously, AOB doesn't really exist, but I'd be interested in a future meeting. We could talk about the licensing policy with regards to anti-slavery. It's modern slavery. Today is actually anti-slavery day. Modern slavery is a major issue across the UK, and certainly licensing for big events is often an employment of temporary labour, short-term labour, and I think it's something that might be worth exploring. I thought about mentioning it under the policy statement piece, but I'm not a fan of trying to sort of build a policy in a committee. It doesn't work very well. But if that can go into the workflow sometime, that would be fantastic if members are agreed with that.
On advice, I've got no objection. So but I'll defer to themselves.
Yeah, so it's a 5-year policy, so it's a long way. Is all I'd say. What I can do to try and reassure you is that we work with the immigration services, who will often identify that sort of thing through their work. We do work closely with all partner agencies, police and immigration, on that staff training on how to recognise modern day slavery, entry for it, and report and how to report that. So though it's not in the policy, it doesn't mean that we're not dealing with it.
I think it's something that I'd like to explore further at a subsequent meeting.
Right,
We don't.
I think we're done, are we? Everybody else happy?
Happy, I'm going to stop recording.